You feel refreshed?
I feel green with envy. Well,
we are back.
What?
Yes.
Huh?
We got a hot topic.
What?
Back and hot.
What? Hot and back.
All of that.
Back it up hot. Your back is hot. Well, good evening, everyone. Come on in. Let us know where you're streaming from. Come on in. Let us know where you are streaming from. To God
be the glory.
Be the glory.
Yeah.
Amen.
Your girl got some new trees. Because I figure since I kill plants and I don't kill trees, let's just stick with what we good at.
Well, trees are a little more hardy, and they need less care.
That part, all of that.
And you have not had the propensity. I
already said magnetic plants. Now you're going to rub it in.
No, I ain't trying to rub it in. Okay. Let's jump in. My name is Jomo.
I'm Charmaine.
And we get together on Friday nights for real, raw, developing conversation pertaining to relationships. And today we're going to be talking about relations in relationships. Okay.
Absolutely.
What's the topic, Charmaine?
9 reasons why my wife won't make love to me.
What? Listen, it's your duty
to give up the booty.
What? Yeah, we're going to have a good time this evening.
All right, let's just get into it. Number 1, she doesn't feel connected to you.
And that's real. I mean, for a woman to want to receive you, she has to feel you in reference to connection.
Right.
And sometimes as men, we think that just because we're there, we're supposed to engage in the act without feeling some kind of connectivity. So
right. I think this is where communication comes in to play.
Yeah.
And good communication.
Correct. Hug, kiss, touch, caress, text,
email. A conversation.
Yeah. Versus just grabbing for stuff.
Because connecting is more than just touching. It's talking. It's having that mental connection as well.
It's a different. I know that as I've gotten older, things change in reference to how you communicate and how you should communicate and all the things that are important into the connectivity. Right. Sex is the final act, but not the starting act.
That's it.
It's the culmination of all the other acts.
Right. All right. Number 2. We're not on the same page about how important sex is.
Boy, this should have been number. Well, I think that males and females have different urges to merge and have different libidos. Now, let me be clear. Not just males. So there's some females who have a higher libido than males.
Right. Well, having the importance.
Yeah, true.
Like that needs to be a conversation to me before you even talk about, marriage. That's like compatibility.
Correct. Valid.
You really need to make sure if sex is a big part of what you consider a part of the relationship, then you need to make sure that the person that you are connecting with or dating feels like it's just as important, or because they love you, they make it important to them.
I don't think anyone is a perfect match.
Right.
Okay. So there will be compromise that has to happen.
Right.
And so if one has a low and one has a high, well, we got to meet in the middle.
Right. And 2, finding out, as far as importance goes, hey, if you don't find it as important, how do you make it important? And how important is that to you
to prioritize it
for me?
Well, the reality is what is important to him or her should be important to you.
Absolutely.
So in our relationship, we have both capitulated at times, compromised at times,
right,
to meet the need.
Right.
I know in our relationship, it's been an ebb and flow of adjusting.
Number 3.
She
doesn't feel sexy.
What? Girl.
She ain't feeling it.
After babies and breastfeeding and life,
Life, things change.
Things change. And
Things don't look the same.
Yeah. So if she does,
There's a shifting in the atmosphere.
huh? A shift south.
A shift.
A shift south. A shift south. Everything's going south. The older you get, stuff's getting south. So, with that being said, I think that the husband or the wife, but mainly the husband, has to communicate to the wife that she is sexy.
And always say words of affirmation in a relationship is so important, and it goes both ways.
And wear clothes that are sexy at home in the bedroom.
Right.
Just had to say that.
Right, because nowadays it's like everybody want to be sexy.
Oh my God.
I don't want to see your sexy.
Yeah, keep your sexy.
Keep your sexy
to yourself.
To yourself.
Huh? Yeah.
I don't want to see all that.
Well, here's the thing. If you have already been in covenant, why are you still advertising the groceries?
Right. I don't understand.
If you are in connection with someone, then stop advertising for other people.
Right. Right. And it could be a total turnoff for some guys, or they could not take you seriously, but we totally off subject.
Yes, let's jump back in.
All right, jump back in. Number 4. The kind of sex you're having is not good for her.
Oh.
What kind of sex you having?
Well, here's the thing. Is the sex one-sided?
Right.
Is the sex rough?
Right. And she don't like rough, because some people want it rough. We like it nice and easy. And then we're going to give it to you nice.
So what?
Isn't that what the song says? I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was Tina Turner.
Tina Turner?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that smooth?
That's at the very beginning.
Okay.
Left a good job
in the city.
Yeah, that was that song. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. See that?
So maybe she doesn't like the type of sex you're having. So, and she don't like spanking.
Maybe
you be grunting and it takes her all off course.
Maybe you be trying to put your hand on her certain parts of the neck, or maybe you
and
call
it's a turn off.
Or you call her names outside her name.
And she don't like it.
And maybe she called you. Yeah, some people like that.
Some people like that.
Some people like that. So again, I think there has to be a conversation.
Absolutely.
On our act.
Right.
I don't like when you do this. I like when you do that.
Right.
And this has to be a conversation.
It throws me off when you do this.
Yeah.
Because it could go both ways too.
Yeah.
Because certain things women do could throw a man off.
Absolutely.
Like, what?
Correct.
Yeah. So you just need to talk about it. Number 5. Her sexual appetite is naturally not as strong as yours. So
usually, I say usually, not
because
always.
That's not always.
Yeah.
We've counseled plenty of couples where wives have said he need to pick up the pace.
So I think it's just suffocation, and again, we have to be mindful of challenges that may arise that may not be medical, psychological. There's a lot of stuff that can happen that come to play that we may not even know about, that we should talk out and discuss. Right. I know lack of communication is not healthy for this area. You have to communicate, because if you're having a challenge, there's other ways to do things to bring pleasure to your spouse.
Okay, that's good. Number 6. She just feels insecure about her body.
Again, I think this is something that has to be communicated.
Right.
Maybe I'm crazy. Okay, let me say this. Before I say this, maybe here's what I think. If the person is still there, he finds you attractive. Is that crazy? I think if he didn't find you attractive, he wouldn't be there. Now,
I mean, if things change, he could love her and not find her attractive anymore, because maybe the aspect that he thought was attractive isn't the same as it was before. But I found in our relationship, when things change, because when we were in our 20s, our bodies definitely look different, and the things we've gone through as far as health challenges and different stressors, and then having children and everything, things have changed for both of us. At times. We've joined together to help each other.
This is tough.
As a team to help each other. So, like, for example, after Jomo finished with chemo, he was doing 2-a-days, and I was being his biggest cheerleader. He was eating a lot of salads. So I make sure he has bags of salads in the refrigerator.
Still trying to, y'all. Still trying to.
Just joining him. Sometimes I'll eat a salad for dinner with him.
Yes.
So just to support him in that. And then, you know, after he gets finished doing his workout, he would go for a walk around the community. I would walk with him.
Correct.
You know, so join your spouse and make it a team thing. You know, it doesn't have to be, oh, well, she need to get herself together.
No,
he need to get himself together. No, let's do this together. I'm with you. I'm your biggest cheerleader. I'm your number one support system. I'm your biggest advocate. Let's go for it. You know?
Exactly.
So if you don't feel good about your body or something that is on your person and it's affecting your relationship, do something about it. If it's weight loss and you feel like you can't do it by yourself, join a gym, get a trainer or get a nutritionist, or find out if your thyroid is functioning properly, or if you're going through, if you're premenopausal, you know, it could be other things that are playing a role in it, but you know, figure out what it is so you could feel good about yourself.
Absolutely.
All right, number 7.
Number 7.
She is tired, stressed, or depressed.
Now, here's something you got to do. Last night, my wife, it was late, and she had did a lot of work for school, the kids' school, and the church. And so she came into bed, and I kind of rubbed on her leg. And, you know, I knew at that point that sleep was about to happen for her. And so we're so in tune that I like, you know what, it's all good. I got on my phone, I read some newspapers to put me to sleep, right? So she said before she went to sleep, she said, Jomo, I have a list on the desk in the office. If there's anything you could do to make my list shorter, I would greatly appreciate it, right? So right after the prayer line, I said, okay, let me look at the list. I said, okay, well, I could take care of this, I could take care of that, I could take care of this. So I knew half the list, but I maybe did 9 things. I probably did 3 or 4.
Yeah, it was such a blessing.
And so understanding that if she is tired, why is she tired?
Right.
If she's down, why is she down? Mm-hmm. And what could I do to relieve her?
Right.
The night before, she said, Joe, it's a lot of laundry. I said, well, if you'll put it in a bag, I'll drop it off to the laundry bag.
Right.
So every time she says something that could be an impediment to us connecting,
right,
I come with a solution. Now, she doesn't have to do it, but I'm going to offer a way to minimize stress, worry, doubt, fear, eliminate that.
Right.
Because a woman often will not be in the mood if she's concerned about other things that are not done.
Right.
So if you can join her in getting those things done, the probability of you having bliss increases.
Yes, I agree. And I so appreciate you doing that. I think another big component or factor in that is your wife has to communicate those things.
Facts.
So if you hold it tight to chest and you don't say anything, but then you get mad on the back end, you can't really get mad because you didn't communicate.
So she just said, listen, man, and it's so good. I have a list. If there's anything you do to help me on my list, I greatly appreciate it. Right. Boom. I mean, I know I have a list too. Mm-hmm. And I got a whole bunch of stuff I got to do.
Right.
Right. But in the process of me doing my list, if it's something in the area, I can do it.
Right.
And my goal is to lighten her burden. Amen. And as I lighten her burden,
I lighten yours.
Yes. Glory to God.
All right. Number 8. Menopause may be affecting her libido. We just talked about that.
I know I've heard people, there's certain pellets, hormone therapies,
right,
diet change.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of ways to attack it. Right. And even on the male side, with different things that challenge the males. Mm-hmm. We know all kind of stuff. I ain't trying to get deep into that, but males have challenges too.
Right.
The older a man gets, he has his tools don't work as good as they used to. That's something with that. And a woman may decrease. Both of them are going through things.
Absolutely.
So it's all communication. Mm-hmm. It's all communication.
Yeah. All right. Number 9, she focused on being a mom more than a wife. She's focused on being a mom more than a wife.
This is a trap that many women fall into. Because truthfully, when you birth a child, you have created life.
Yes.
And you want that life to be successful.
Right.
And
you want to protect
it.
And you're responsible for feeding it.
Correct. So I think that is a real season.
Right.
But you have to be able to balance it.
And it's so important, not just for your husband, for you to balance it, but for yourself.
Facts.
Because this can contribute to a prolonged postpartum depression or anxiety phase. Because a lot of women who have children, your hormones, like, they kind of misfire sometimes, and you may have a little bit of depression afterwards. But if you're not taking that time to be with your spouse and get the love that you need from your relationship, it can cause that season to be longer. So it's so important. You're loving your child by taking that time out for yourself.
As the pilot says, when you get on the plane, put yourself first before you do it for others.
That's right.
You are not helping them by hurting you.
Right.
You have to be healthy, and you want to model behavior, because if they see how you handle your relationship, they're more inclined to honor and respect the relationship.
Absolutely.
Boy,
Absolutely.
that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
All right. Well, we so appreciate you joining us this evening. If you're on YouTube, Jomo and Charmaine, please give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't on Charmaine YouTube channel, please subscribe. And remember,
love,
laugh,
and learn.
God bless you.
God bless y'all. Holla. Peace.